so what exactly is this? So earlier this year, I decided I was gonna, try and get healthy again and start working out and, living a healthy lifestyle. So part of that was included, drinking milkshakes and different protein mixes and wheatgrass and all this stuff that required blending. And a lot of times that was annoying as heck because I didn't have a blender. I used to have a blender bottle that would actually, shake up and it had a little piece in there and it would shake up for you. And no clumps would be in there and it was great, but I lost mine. I actually didn't lose it, I lost a little piece that goes inside of it, which is worse because now I had a bottle that just held water and didn't really blend anything. So I was shopping around and looking for a replacement. I saw this on Amazon. It's called the Helimix or Helimix or something like that. And you can see this shape. It kind of looks like looks like the James Bond barrel of the gun in the old movies. Supposedly the shape. Here, let me read the card that it came with. So it says no whisk, no screen, and no clumps. So it says how it works. The patented spiral design generates a lot more mixing power than our competitors' products. The contents are forced to rotate through the vortex of the Helimax and quickly forced to reverse direction of rotation repeatedly as you shake your Helimax up and down. Now your shake will blend to perfection without the need of cumbersome agitators. It's physics. And the other thing is it's non-BPA too. So the cool thing is like before, the blender bottles had the agitators, the little whisks in there, and they weren't necessarily any regulations on BPA or any concern about BPA. So doing that over time and time, I'm sure was like agitating the plastic and making some of that BPA come out or whatever, who knows. It does say, which kind of seems like common sense, not to use with hot liquids or carbonated beverages. I mean, no brainer. Here's the huge lid. Just like a regular shaker bottle. It is kind of beefy looking. It's kind of cool. The other thing that you can kind of tell is that on the sides, or not on the side, it has a little measuring gauges. I don't know if you can see that. So you can kind of gauge how much liquid you have in there. So let me get and mix something that's relatively easy. I'm gonna mix some whey protein. I usually don't have any problems with that. And sometimes you don't even need, the whisk in there, but let's start with that first. Be right back. This one, so only about, all right, let's see what it does. Not on the right. It's my first time closing a top, I guess. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see. You can see the powder is kind of built up on the bottom. Let's see what happens. I mean, that's kind of cool. It wasn't even that many shakes. There was no powder built up on the bottom anymore. There's no way. If it took that quick, that's kind of amazing. Again, it's whey protein, so it's not like you even really need the blender bottle. But at the same time, sometimes I was using just a spoon and a cup and mixing it together, and you'd get those clumps and have to smash them with a spoon. And that was a couple of shakes, and I don't see anything stuck to the sides. Let's see. That's kind of amazing. There is nothing in there. It's completely blended. That's weird. All right, well, this is a simple test. I'm gonna try it with the another powder mix that always gives me problems, and that's this collagen powder that I got. Let me go ahead and clean this out and put that powder in. I'll be right back. All right, now it's time to mix in this collagen powder. Like I said before, this one always gave me problems because it's just really clumpy, especially since this one is kind of like it also has coconut powder in it, which is already dry as it is. And I don't really know. Here, let's just put this big clump in there. That's a good test. I don't know if you can see, there's a clump. So let's put this bad boy in there. Oh yeah, I can already tell it's gonna be challenging just because the way it's sitting in the water. It's almost like hydrophobic. All right, let's see. Open it up and see what we got on the top. There's still some clumps, but there's always clumps in this one, and I don't really know. It looks like the actual collagen separated from the coconut. It might just be a bad batch with this, but I don't know if you can see inside of there, but there's like a bunch of clumps inside. So let me try that again. But I noticed with this one, so whenever I make my shakes, because I make it with like cocoa powder and stuff like that, and I try to warm it up on the stove, that every time that I go to drink it, there's always these clumps that come to the top, and I whisk it, and I even heat it up, so that should, you know, mix it as best as it can, even outside of a shaker cup. So I'm just thinking that this product might be either I have a bad batch or that's just the way it works, but we'll try and shake it up a little more again. Yeah, I don't think this is the fault of the Helimix, because I mean, to the benefit of the Helimix, it looks like it actually extracted the collagen and left the dried coconut powder. And that probably explains why I've been having issues with this, because there's no way that's gonna mix. I mean, if you can see that in the video, it's just floating on the top. And let me see if I can, let me try and get some out of it. Hold on. You can see the residue. It's fat. It's like coconut fat. It kind of dissolves. So I think the problem is that fat content is so rich that it's just not mixing with the water. So I wouldn't fault the Helimix for that. I mean, the other part of it, because the ingredients in this are collagen peptides, coconut milk powder, and some konjac root and vanilla extract. So I think that it's just the way it mixes. So something like that, I've always had problems with it. And as a matter of fact, the instructions kind of say, it's almost telling you to make it into a latte. So next time I buy it, I'm gonna try and buy it without the coconut. I think the coconut milk powder is what's actually causing the problem. In any case, I think it's still an overall really good mixing cup. Why would you need it over a regular one? I mean, the regular ones work just as fine. I don't know, I just think it's a little bit more convenient without having another piece that you can lose. The other thing too is that if you had a shaker cup with the blender piece in there, let's say you're trying to make a shake early in the morning, sometimes it can be loud. If you got people sleeping in your house and you're shaking up that cup, it's an annoying noise, you know? People get annoyed at that, so you don't hear that at all. So not necessarily saying you need this if you have a blender cup or any other kind of mixing cup, but it's really nice to have if you're looking for one, and or if you need an extra one. Again, it's quiet, which might be beneficial for some people. What I would say is it is a little pricey. It was $25 at the time of purchase. I bought it off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for that. It was on sale at the time for $19. I don't know how long that sale is going to go for, but it's pretty cool. It really lives up to what it says it does, especially with whey protein, and most people are probably just going to use it for whey protein and things like that. It's got a pretty big volume, really good build quality, BPA free, so I like it. So let me know in the comments if you guys like it too. If you have any questions, if you want me to test any other powders in there, let me know and I can go ahead and do that. Thanks for watching.